French business confidence has come in at a 15-month high, marking a third successive monthly rise. But is this translating into economic recovery for France? Diron of Ernst Young joins me now. Marie, looking firstly at today's data, what has prompted this strengthening in business morale?
This is encouraging, and this is something we're seeing across Europe in other countries too. It's probably a correction from very low business sentiment at the beginning of the year, when in particular demand from emerging markets has been disappointingly weak. So maybe now there are some signs that this demand is normalizing, and French businesses, like their European counterparts, are responding to that positively.
With Q2 GDP reports only weeks off, is an exit from this triple-dip recession on the cards, or will markets need to hold out a little longer for French activity to reach its full potential?
Technically, we think we'll exit recession indeed, in that GDP growth will turn positive, but very mildly so. So it will not be, the economic landscape will not feel very different from what we have seen in the recent past. And that's because there are still enormous challenges in terms of fiscal austerity still hindering growth, in terms of private sector still attempting to reduce debt, and companies continuing to lay off people as they really review the number of staff that they need to provide the goods and services they want to deliver.
A consumer confidence report also released today by Nielsen has indicated a tiered pattern amongst European consumers, with German consumers the most confident, followed by the UK and France, and then consumers in countries such as Italy and Greece, where confidence continues to fall. How indicative is this of France's position economically within the region?
It's probably quite representative of other economic indicators, and the overall economic situation, that France is pretty much average in the Eurozone. So it's not suffering from the same kind of restructuring efforts that is happening in peripheral countries, but at the same time it has its own challenges, and hence it doesn't grow as fast as countries like Germany and the UK, and households are perceiving that quite quickly, notably because of differences in labor markets, in unemployment trends that are radically different between countries.
Similarly, while President François Hollande announced last week that the recovery is here, with periphery countries within the Eurozone region continuing to struggle, how much does this limit domestic recovery? Or can France emanate Germany, for example, and separate itself economically?
This announcement was maybe, if not premature, a bit optimistic, we would say. So it discussed yes, the economy might start to grow, but very, very slowly. The peripheral countries are very significant markets for the French economy, and so it is difficult to really envisage a complete decoupling where France and maybe Germany grow strongly and the rest of the Eurozone keep shrinking. So these two parts are very closely interlinked, and that's one of the reasons why we think that the growth in the core of the Eurozone will remain low for some time, as long as the peripheral countries are still undergoing their economic restructuring.
Marie, thank you very much. I'll be back shortly with a look at the Polish economy following unemployment and retail sales data. Goodbye for now.